Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis on server 68. So this is a question I get asked a lot. How do I get red wings? How do I get Wonder 3? So first of all, I don't have it. So disclaimer, I'm not the expert on achieving it, but I do know how to get it. So I'm going to tell you the rules of how to get it. I'm hoping to get mine soon. However, I've been saying that for a year. So who knows? But anyways, let's go into it. So you got to go into your Battle of Constantinople right here. And you got to look at the rules, okay? So basically the main rule is you have to get top 100 in personal rankings, and then I'm going to tell you how to get that. So if we look at the rules, you can read this all on your own. You get points for killing people's troops, and you get points for occupying buildings. Battle of Constantinople Castle is worth the most. You get 80 points if you're the first person to take it. You get 20 points if you reinforce it. Crystal Mine is 16 points. You get 16 if you're the first person. You only get 25%, or 4 if you're the second, third, fourth, fifth, 20th person. Same with the portals, hospital, all of this is the same, right? Knight's Hall is a little bit more. It's 32. So if you're not the first person, if you're just reinforcing, you get 8. All of these points will add up to help you get top 100. Now, there's some other important things that go into this. So if we look here, you got to go into personal ranking, and then you go to season ranking, and you need to get top 100. So you can see there, I am 316, 316. But all you got to do is get here, top 100. So you can look, and it took these people 70,697 points. Okay, so that's roughly about 16,500 points per round. This is on a regular season. So I'm just covering this. I'm not covering All-Star qualifying, Ultimate War season. That's sometimes easier, sometimes harder, because you only got to rank amongst your own continent. So this right here, top 100, you could look. There's server 614. Server 66. So this is all of Evony. You got to get top 100. It's not easy. Now, how do you get top 100? The most important thing is there's 4 seasons. We are done now. So the next time BOC starts up, there's 4 weeks. You got to get your points in that. Now, this is probably the most important thing that people do not understand. Your alliance needs to finish in the top 300 every single week of that 4 weeks, or your points don't count. So if you get 25,000 points in 1 week, but your alliance is not in the top 300, you get 0 points for that week. If you get 8,000 points and your alliance is in the top 300, your 8,000 points count toward the season total. So you got to count all 4 weeks. Now, this is the important information. Getting those points on the buildings counts for your personal total. It does not count for your team total. So if you're in a small alliance and you enter battlefield and the other team doesn't show up, and your whole alliance just holds buildings for 2 hours, and some of you end up with 50,000 points, those don't count because they're not PvP points. So they don't count towards your team total of getting top 300. So getting top 300 is only your PvP points for your alliance. But the building points count for your personal points. So if you can make top 300 with personal points, all your building points will count, and that's awesome. That's the way that you get in there. So my alliance, how we play, we generally try to kill the other team and then hold on to the buildings, and that bumps people up. That's what you can do, right? Other people, some people make deals with other teams and say, well, you push our guy, we'll push your guy, and we'll hit your selected guy with no general if you hit our selected guy with no general. And people do that, and people cheat and get top 100 and get their wings that way. I've seen it many times, and I think it's wrong. All the cheating that goes on in Evony that Evony claims to care about, I wish that was one that they would take away, but they don't seem to do it. But here's a problem that happens. You have to win Battlefield. That's the best way to ensure that you're going to get top 100. You need to win all 4 weeks. And if you're doing that cheating scenario where 2 people are trading points, I'm going to tell you, whichever team loses that usually doesn't make top 300 for the week. Unless it's very large alliances. But if it's middle class alliances or small alliances, usually doesn't work out because those building points won't count. Now, here's the other reason why you have to win. If you lose a portion of your team points, I think it shows up here in the... So, number 2, a battlefield victory can gain the victory alliance a certain amount of points, while losing a battlefield will remove a certain amount of points. Now, no one's really sure exactly how many points are removed when you lose, but I think, from what I've seen, you basically get 2/3 of the points. So if you go here and you look at victory versus loss, you get 18 chests if you win. If you lose, you get 12, so that's 2/3. I think that's pretty much the calculation they use. So if you go over here and you look at team points for... Can I see this? So we finished 5th overall on that. Trying to see the... It's not sure. So I guess this is the season points maybe for Battlefield. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's not allowing me to click on the full season unless... So I don't want to give you a number and say... So in 5, just to test this, we got 862,000 points. I'm going to look at our... BOC logs and see how we did for 4 weeks. So those 4 weeks at the top, if you look at them right here, this is not, that's not 862,000 points. So that doesn't add up. So I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at there. But basically, if you lose, if you look at your team rankings, if you lose a round and you had 100,000 points, you're going to end up with 67,000 points, and that's usually not enough. You usually have to get about 110, 120,000 in a week to be top 300 as a team so that you're top 100 last. Now, when it's All-Star qualifying and you break into continents, you only have to compete against your continent. I will do another video on that when that's released. I think it's the next BOC, so probably next Saturday. They're going, not, so I'm talking in about 10 days. That should be the All-Star qualifying, and then it should be easier for some people to get top 100 because you're only against your continent. So this is Genghis. Let me know in the comments any other things that you... that maybe I missed about qualifying, but the most important thing is you have to get top 100. Your building points do not count towards your team total outside in the rankings, but they do count towards your team total to win the week. And they do count towards your personal total. The most important thing is to win each week and get enough points to get into the top 100, which is about 16,000 points. So Genghis server 68. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.